Well, it's a Friday. It's a day that has been set aside by the Kaneshie District Court to hear the application, or actually give a ruling on the application that has been brought before it in relation to whether or not it has the jurisdiction or it has the power to hear the case involving Dr. ACP Benjamin Agordzo. In that popular case, the case having to do with alleged attempts to topple the government or destabilize the country. You can even call it a coup d'etat. So it's a D-Day. He's expected to come in soon. Already heavy security and police presence here. We are not sure why there's heavy deployment. You can see over 20 police personnel who are gathered here with their vehicles, heavy pickup trucks. And the case, as we're hearing, would be starting anytime soon. The magistrate would be calling that case, or the case will be called for the magistrate to sit on it. It's on the third floor of this building at the Kaneshie District Magistrate Court. Family members are in their numbers. So are also the reporters who have come to observe the case, because as you would know, this is a case that has drawn national attention, a case having to do with attempted treason. It's a serious case. Indeed, these are the charges that they are facing in court. And so we are here with Citi Newsroom on Citi TV to bring you updates on what exactly would be transpiring here. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. We'll be moving in shortly to speak to a few other people, also hear opinions from family members. Of course, our court reporter, Fred Tetejabano, is immersed in the courtroom. We'll be hearing what transpires there exactly, and then we will proceed and give you further information as and when we get it. Well, that's a pickup truck conveying ACP Dr. Benjamin Agordzo. He's just been let out of the vehicle by the police who have brought him here. There are several other vehicles that are here. Now, his supporters are excited, anxious to see him, and you can see him there attempting to cheer them up, waving at them of a sort. Now he's having to enter. He will not speak to the media now. He's just giving a quick word of assurance to his supporters to stay calm, and then off he goes. The hearing is now going to start, and then we'll get to know what the judge's position is on this decision, the contest as to whether she has the power to sit over a case of this nature or otherwise. And the instructive thing is that he's not in his police uniform as he was the other time he appeared in court. The other time he was in his police uniform plus the UN beret, the blue UN beret. And that, of course, got a lot of people talking. Today, the BNI seems to have found a way around it, and he's now wearing a plain clothes to go for the hearing. Also, there's a crowd behind me. These are family members and friends of ACP Dr. Benjamin Agordzo. He's still in the courtroom. It appears they are done for the hearing this afternoon. We are not sure what exactly happened, but the police have cordoned off the place, and there is heavy police presence. Let me bring in our court reporter, Fred Tetejabano, who is just returning from the courtroom. He had access to have an interaction. But Fred, the gentleman himself is coming down, so we'll just see what is transpiring in there. It's from the third floor of this court known as the Kaneshie District Court, or the Kaneshie Magistrate Court. The gentleman has been in there. The suspect has been in there for several minutes, if not hours actually. He's been there for more than an hour, and he's just descending there, flanked by his family members. We would attempt to see if he would speak again like he spoke the last time when he emerged from this courtroom. We would attempt to put the microphone before him, also his lawyers, also his family members, to hear exactly what they make of today's proceedings. So the police are heavily deployed to this court today, which is uncharacteristic in this particular case. The last time it was an unceremonious exercise, like our court reporter told us, but today it's strangely difficult. Look at all the policemen who are filing out of that courtroom. ACP Dr. Benjamin Agordzo emerging from the courtroom. Let's see if we can get a word or two. While he's waving to his supporters. All right, ACP Dr. Agordzo would not... Okay. 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 Heavy police deployment here. All right, let's see if we can have a conversation. vehicle. The ACP is in the vehicle and is exiting the courtroom. Leke na kponya le kota man agba.
Oh, mekwe.
Na kpo viwa.
Mekwe.
Aleke na kpe. A George no allo.
Oh, a George nam. Aka vinya me am vi basa onyo. So ko me ja jamaka. Me am vi basa onyo. Afi ko nyama da school to nyama chema dunu. Ta me da ku mi kpo me nam. Me adasilon le yo ho am sa kata ya to ko me.
Oba viwa jiba ya de dujikplo la le jiaji.
Nyama ko sel. Ma vamo ma wacho. Ma was gbede kaka.
Anuma ma to tamane kpo me
gbede wa do je nam ha be da le pin le ha o. Ta nenya fi ken mo ke twa pele gbofa pata yo ho wa ti fo Victor ya. Ye ko ya to fio. Ma wure nya fio to la.
Anu avant akpai be o love you.
Ava mu nyampe.
Leke wo mi le fi achonwi enya anti.
Ni ko ta se yo ho wa fi. Mawu awa
So that is the mother of ACP Dr Benjamin Agordzo there speaking to us. She's leaving everything to God, and she was speaking ever to that day. She says her child is well nurtured, would never have such a plan. They plan to destabilize the country, and indeed she's leaving everything to God. But she's not happy that her son is being held in custody. Or held in custody. Let's attempt to see if we can get some comments from the lawyers for this particular case. Counsel, can we get a word of what transpired in court? We can just a comment. Okay, you observed at least. Maybe not. What's your views of what transpired in court?
I think the court had a view. As to the application that was made, and the court says that it has the jurisdiction, it has the power to remand. So I think the applicant asked that he should be remanded in police custody, and the court agreed with him. So I think I came in to watch because this matter is strictly linked to my clients. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I always watch the process so that I know what is going on in the process.
What options are left for the lawyers now that the court has said it has jurisdiction and it would proceed with the case?
No, the district court cannot try this matter.
Okay.
So what it would do is committal. Now, our law says that when you commit an offense, there's something we say indictable. That means that it's a severe offense. The punishment is great, is grave. So if it is grave, the district court would have to look at the bill of indictment. But before doing that, it is the Attorney General who will have to advise whether it can be done quickly, summarily, or he will advise as to what should be done. So that's why the judge said that make sure the docket gets to Attorney General. Attorney General advises, then the committal proceeding will start from here. Then it goes to High Court, where the proper trial will start.
We have seen an unusual number of police presence today here. What do you make of that as lawyers who are officers of the court?
I was jokingly telling them that there are other senior police officers on the platform, so I'll give them the name. They should pick them. Then we'll see more police people here. Because I think that just is a one person who has come. I don't think a senior police officer will want to run away or go anywhere. It's the showmanship of the state power. Yeah, so the state has mighty power. We cannot fight the state with their power.
Does it not
the only thing we can no. The only thing you can do is that you expose the ones who wants to use the power wrongfully.
In court again today, was the issue of the WhatsApp platform the only evidence or the only discussion that came up in court?
In the fact, that's all. They say it was 2018. He was at the UN, Haiti. So he advised and said he sent the WhatsApp platform. So that was in 2018. So when he came back, he came back to report, then that's when he was picked up. So that is the only thing for him. So they are saying it's an abetment to commit that crime. So it was helping them to execute. And they also said there was a speech that he wrote that if you go on demonstration, they said intended demonstration. Since when did intended demonstration become illegal in this country? For the lawyers, since this court don't have jurisdiction to grant bail, the thing is to go to High Court and seek for bail.
You have your own case, and you are expected to appear in court on Monday seeking bail, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. We'll go before the criminal court, High Court, for bail. And we are sure that we'll put all the facts that they have before the judge. And I'm sure the judge will look at the facts and will use his discretion. Bail is a discretionary remedy.
That is Victor Kojogan Adawodo, one of the lawyers in a similar case, not this particular case. Mind you, Martin Kpebu, the lawyer for this particular gentleman, according to what we are just speaking out from the courtroom, is barred from speaking. We are told that the judge insisted that no one runs commentary on this case, especially the suspect who is standing trial, his legal representatives and even family members. That's what we're hearing. I'll be confirming that shortly with Fred Tetejabano, is our court reporter who is just emerging from the courtroom. This is still Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Well, so the case is still on. The case has been adjourned, we are told, to 20th. Fred Tetejabano is actually the man who sat through proceedings. We were not allowed due to the heavy presence of police personnel on the grounds today, which is quite unusual, isn't it, Fred?
Yes, today's police presence, as you said, was quite unusual since the beginning of this case. And when I talk about this case, I'm referring to Dr. Mark Palm through to the Colonel and other military officers who were brought to this particular court. We haven't seen this extent of police personnel, armed police personnel, being brought here like this. This is the first time we've seen armed police personnel numbering over 20 coming to this particular premises. This is the Kaneshie District Court, just because of a suspect, and in this time this suspect or accused person is the ACP. So it was quite unusual, it was quite surprising to a lot of us. We were not sure really why their presence, but I think we got an understanding whilst in court, because the magistrate who is here in this particular case, getting to the end of the case, passed the comment about what transpired during the last hearing, which was 2 days ago, that she felt that after the proceedings, what she heard downstairs and the kind of noise and people around, she didn't like it. Even the comments by the accused person or interview granted to the media by the accused persons on Wednesday, she was not happy about it. She says that involving the media in such sensitive cases like this could cause a lot of trouble. So from her comments in court, we suspect that probably maybe she actually asked for more security. This cannot be confirmed, but this is what I would assume.
Okay. Let's talk about the substance of the case itself. So what happened in court during the hearing today?
So, Umaru, before the case came up, I know you guys were downstairs. So when the ACP climbed upstairs to the third floor, he started complaining about the number of people he claims are national security operatives around him. He says that he thinks they are criminals. He doesn't know them. There's no identification of them, and he didn't want them around him. And this was just close to the judge's chambers. So it became a little bit of there was a little bit of confusion there till lawyers came in, resolved the matter, and you had police personnel now escorting him into the court. Well, when he entered the court, not long after the judge came in, the case was called. The main purpose for today's sitting was the ruling of the judge. You know, previously, 2 days ago, the lawyers of the ACP had raised jurisdictional issues challenging the jurisdiction of the district court to hear this particular case. The judge in her ruling said she's clothed with all the authority to hear the matter. One, because this is a court of first instance. Secondly, this is a court where the committal process was going to take place. And she was questioning the reasoning behind the arguments of the defense lawyer. She was asking that, do you go to the High Court where the trial is going to take place and start a matter, then you have to return to the district court for committal? There's nothing in the law like that. And even if something like that is in place, it means that there's going to be a problem with procedural issues with criminal matters. So she said, in terms of jurisdiction, she was fully clothed with the jurisdiction to hear the case. So she dismissed the application or the objection preliminary objection of the defense lawyers in this matter. She also spoke about the issue of the bill of indictment. She explained that the bill of indictment is a process, and you can't just come during the investigation period to go into a bill of indictment, meaning that you'd have to finish investigation, forward the docket to the Attorney General for advice, and the Attorney General would put together a bill of indictment and bring to the district courts where the accused person would finally be committed to the High Court. And it doesn't take 2 days, and you'd recall that the suspect was brought in 2 days after he was arrested. Per law, 48 hours. You can't keep a criminal or accused person or a suspect for 48 hours. So that is what the state sought to do, or the prosecution sought to do. So she also dismissed that issue of a bill of indictment. She has remanded the accused person to police custody, the ministry police station.
Is there any reason she said police instead of BNI?
Actually, the lawyers of the accused person requested for a police custody. Okay. They cited the other cases where the military officers have been remanded to military custody, okay, civilians to police custody, and they believe that once he's a police officer and a senior police officer to say, he should be remanded in police custody. They initially requested for cantonments on Nima. The police officials or prosecution said they wouldn't want to go to Nima or cantonments, but then they would decide on their own which police station they wanted to send him. The judge said no, because of his health and other issues. She preferred military police station, which is closer to Kolebu, and the police hospital. She also warned the top police hierarchy that they should ensure that nobody moves the ACP from the ministry police office, police station, where he's going to be remanded to another place till they return on the 20th of November, where the case will be continued.
Thank you very much. Fred Teti-Jabano there is our court correspondent. This is still Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. I am Umaru Sandamad. If you're just joining us, we're just bringing you the report from the Kanishi District Magistrate Court, where ACP Dr Benjamin Agordzo has just been whisked away. He was brought here amidst heavy security presence, and the case has been heard. The judge has made her ruling, and of course he's been remanded to the 20th of November. Trust Citi TV and our cameras to be here to bring you whatever unfolds subsequently. My name is Umaru Sandamadu.